Greetings, Crocodile Army, both Americans and non-Americans, or as Donald Trump would put it, Americans and either scary or weak foreigners, depending on which country you're from. Judging by some of the comments on my politics videos recently, it's been a long time since I've articulated what I'm in favor of for the country, and this will help you understand my thinking. If we want to bypass this election season, which it seems a lot of people want to do, then I would happily take control. I would be a benevolent dictator for 8 years maximum, and I could enact any legislation I want. There will still be Congress, but they'll just be my own personal cheering section. In fact, Mitch McConnell will need to wear a cheerleader outfit for as long as he chooses to remain in Congress. That seems fair to me. He'll watch and cheer me on as I sign legislation raising his taxes. But Mitch won't be able to claim hypocrisy because I'll be raising my own taxes at the same time. Republicans have often argued that a flat tax is fairer because it will simplify the tax code. It's a completely dishonest argument because they know full well that the complexity of the tax code has almost nothing to do with the handful of different rates that people pay on their federal taxes. It has to do with the various loopholes and tax write-offs. Some of them, like for mortgages and kids, make some sense, but a lot of them don't. The marginal rates will go up a few percent on the top earners, and the Social Security contribution cap will go away, immediately making it more solvent and making an increase in retirement age unnecessary. Every tax break will be looked at on a case-by-case basis, and those found to simply be tax shelters for the wealthy would be phased out in a few years. While I'm at it, I will adjust the tax code so that there cannot be a situation where someone on public assistance will earn less overall by working more due to losing all benefits on a part-time job, for instance. Income inequality is expected in capitalism, but I won't help it get bigger. Drug policy is the second change. I have it on pretty good authority that a fair portion of the Crocodile Army is into pot. Personally, it holds little interest to me, aside from the fact that my tax dollars are being spent to stop pot from being sold even in states where it's legal, lock up nonviolent drug offenders, and allow the conditions to exist south of the border where people are killed at an alarming rate. Regulate it, tax it, but make it legal and easy to procure. For people who are addicted to harder drugs like opioids, cocaine, pills, and so on, any crimes that are not too serious resulting from their addiction will now get the mandatory drug treatment in a secure facility if necessary, but not prison. The third change kind of fits in with this, and that's healthcare. It's the number one cause of bankruptcy, and the reason many of these freeloaders, as some like to call them, get into that situation. The solution is pretty simple. Keep and expand the ACA and add a public option that includes dental and mental health. The framework is already there for it. Thanks, Obama. Really, seriously, thanks, Obama. The fourth has to do with rights and freedoms. You have a right to any beliefs and speech that are legal now, so long as those beliefs are not going to impose upon others. That's easy to say, and a lot of people think they believe this too, until you actually scratch the surface. For employment, discrimination against gender, sexuality, race, disability, or basically anything that's not a clear hindrance to the job you're doing will be barred. Women's reproductive rights will be fully protected, including abortion and full access to contraception for anyone who wants it. If you're running a business, you're either open to the public or you're not. These bills, supported by Trump's running mate Mike Pence, allowing people to be refused service for who they are, is a horrible idea. If caring how people are treated upsets you, or counts as virtue signaling these days, then bless your internet tough guy alpha male heart. That's Southern for GTFO. Corporations are not people, and the General Electric Corporation shouldn't be paying less in taxes than I do. I know that should seem obvious, but it isn't to the Supreme Court, at least when Scalia was still alive. And in my ideal America, it will be much more obvious that they aren't people. Getting money out of politics as much as could reasonably be expected will be the rule. While we're at it, we can get ranked preference voting to give third parties a lower chance of being a spoiler, but a greater chance of actually winning an election. This shell game of corporations being able to shift income between countries and avoid taxes is terrible, and that needs to stop. I'd throw them a bone by phasing it out over the course of 5 years, but once it's over, it's over. So now that you know what my domestic platform is, can I be your benevolent dictator? I promise I'll be gentle, but only if you want me to be.